This week on Addicted to the Outdoors.
This week on Addicted, our daughter Raven and I are going on our annual father-daughter hunt.
And I thought it was extra special that Raven's getting to bring along her best friend, Destiny.
Johnny's been telling us that this new property is overrun with deer.
No matter what time you get there, you're gonna see deer.
My plan on this trip was to shoot a bigger Florida buck than my dad.
Hey, that's a big buck.
I was sweating, my hands were hot, and I wasn't even doing nothing, I was just watching.
Every time shooting a deer is like the first time.
It was time to shift gears and try to get Destiny on her first ever animal.
Yes, we have got the bullseye girls here.
I was definitely like, dang, we might not actually leave here with a hog.
Born and raised by a hunting family in the swamps of Florida and shooting a bow by 8 years old, John Brunson took to hunting early. Gina grew up fishing with her father, but it was weekend hunting trips with John that put big game blood under her fingernails for the first time. Even now, with raising 6 kids and running 3 companies, John and Gina are still a fistful of dirt couple that take life by the antlers. Sound familiar? If so, pull up a stump with the Brunsons, because they are addicted to the outdoors.
Man, what a buck.
This week on Addicted, our daughter Raven and I are going on our annual father-daughter hunt.
That's my girl, that's my girl.
As well as something I personally love doing, which is introducing someone to hunting who's never done it before.
John always tries to get out each year on a father-daughter hunt with Raven. And I always love to see the two getting to spend some time together.
Well, as you guys have probably noticed, COVID has messed up a lot of things, including everyone's hunting schedule this year. So because of that, I got to thinking of somewhere nearby I could take Raven this year for our father-daughter hunt. And the answer was obvious, my good buddy's place, Ross Hammock Ranch. Harold, the owner of Ross Hammock, and I go way back, and he had been telling me about this 3,000-acre farm that he had picked up that had a ton of good whitetails on it, and it had been hunted very little. So I said, say no more. And because Ross Hammock Ranch is pretty close, I told Raven she could bring along one of her friends this year.
And I thought it was extra special that Raven's getting to bring along her best friend, Destiny, for this trip.
All right, you ready to rock and roll?
The girls and I say goodbye to Gina and the boys, and now we're off to Ross Hammock.
Became friends with her at tryouts my freshman year. Like, I knew her in middle school, but I didn't talk to her. And then when I tried out for cheer my freshman year, that's when I met her. You know, with me and Destiny being friends. Destiny, I can't look at you.
Don't look at me, man. I wasn't even looking at you.
Tomorrow morning, we'll get up early before light, and we'll go to a stand. We'll go to a stand.
Yeah, you have to wake up early on this trip.
Yes.
So when Raven asked me at the cheer competition if I wanted to go hunting, I was definitely shocked. I looked at her and I was like, me? Like, are you sure me? And I was definitely stoked about it. It's something I haven't done before.
Now, Destiny's never shot a gun before, let alone hunted.
Any opportunity for John and I to introduce someone new to hunting, we love to take them.
One of the things we'll do tomorrow, they got a range, so we'll set up targets.
So I assured her that I'd help her learn everything and that the equipment we're using is gonna make learning easy.
We'll walk you through it, and then we'll let you shoot a little bit. And the gun we've brought, yeah, yeah, their favorite gun. Yeah, it's the best of the West, like totally custom gun. Let you shoot as much as you need to, let you get comfortable, and I think you'll be good. It won't take you long.
So I'm sure Destiny will have a great time and she'll definitely learn a lot.
We arrived to the ranch a few hours later, and I give the girls a tour of the cabin, which is actually Harold's original cabin we used to stay in 20 years ago.
When he started this place, this is his first cabin. We were one of the first people to stay in when he started. It was like 22 years ago.
It was definitely really nice knowing that it was the original one.
21, 22 years ago with the big kids.
Yeah.
Like Kyle was like 7 or 8 years old.
We've definitely had some great memories hunting out of that old cabin.
And that was another thing I wanted to show Destiny was the original cabin has pictures of when my siblings were like 7, 8, like really young. A lot of good memories.
I'm busy explaining the history of the cabin to the girls when we hear a knock.
Come in.
What's up, John?
What's happening, dude?
Buddy, how you been, brother?
Good.
Well, look at her.
I brought the girls.
And this is her best friend,
The
Destiny.
Watusi killer.
Yeah.
I got that picture right there on that phone.
Oh, it's an awesome picture. Yeah, so we're excited. Little girls trip.
Johnny's been telling us that this new property is overrun with deer, and he assured us we could sit any time of the day and we'd see deer.
You ready, girls? Yep. Go do some shooting. Go teach Destiny how to shoot.
So this is my first hunt, and that means I've never shot a gun before. So we definitely had to go out to the range.
Just take your time. Left target, center orange, and remember, just squeeze nice and easy. And this thing's got no kick.
Dead spike.
Bullseye, bullseye, high five. Bullseye, all right.
So watching Raven first definitely didn't help with the nerves, because with how it looks, I thought I was gonna get shot back with the gun. But then whenever I got taught how to do it and to just breathe and relax, it was actually not as bad. Gosh, I was not expecting that.
Good bullseye, babe?
Yeah.
Perfect bullseye.
My heart dropped.
What's up?
Was it a bullseye?
Perfect bullseye.
Oh my goodness, sir. We call that a show off.
Yes, we have got the bullseye girls here.
After that, me and Raven both did the metal plate.
200
And-
yards.
Yeah.
Did you hear it?
I think so.
Yeah, did you hear the metal? It went bang. See? Good job, babe. What's up?
That was
What's up with the 200-yard shot? You
You gonna try and shoot the metal thing?
gonna try and shoot the metal one?
I was kind of expecting you to miss.
Just rest it on the trigger nice and easy. Breathe.
Yeah, you can hear it.
Yeah, you hear it?
Yeah.
And you heard it ding pretty loud, and didn't they say it was touching? It was hard to tell the plate was dirty.
It was beat up, not dirty.
What's up, Bullseye Queens? And our girl Destiny, who just learned how to shoot today, was hitting the target dead center at 200 yards. Well, see, you got a good teacher.
So with the right teacher and the right equipment, Destiny went from having never shot a gun before ever in her life to plinking metal targets at 200 yards. That's pretty impressive if you ask me.
So I was definitely ready to shoot a pig.
With the gun dialed in and the Bullseye Queens feeling confident, we head over to the new farm and go jump in the blind for our afternoon hunt. And Raven's up first.
What's up, girls? Nice and cozy.
Man, when I say we barely squeezed into this blind, I mean we barely did. It was definitely a super tight fit.
We had to squeeze into a pretty
Sardines in a can,
sardine
man.
can. A pretty tight stand. Me and her sat up front, and he had to squeeze in the back, like in between us, which is kind of hard, but we made it work.
And it had me missing our big, spacious grizzly blinds we're used to.
We're crammed in our little sardine can.
So I know Johnny was bragging about how it wouldn't even take us an hour to tag out. But of course, I've heard that before. But I'm barely done getting the camera set up when all of a sudden I see a good looking buck.
Oh, he blew me. Oh, buck. Oh, hey, that's a big buck. Oh, he's a 10. He's a pretty 10. There's like 4 trees right here that are in the way. Man, he's heavy. I mean, he is a really great 10. I mean, he's like the perfect 10. I don't know, man. I mean, holy cow, I know there's a ton of deer here. He's a pretty buck. The thing is, if you shoot him, you know you're gonna shoot. If you don't, it's always a risk. You don't shoot one bigger, you don't see one bigger. I mean, that's hunting. I'll put it this way. The one thing I know for sure is he's gonna be the biggest Brunson Florida deer. For sure.
I just don't want to wait in the knocking deer's big.
But after a while, Raven decides this buck is the one she wants.
Alright, well, you wanna get your gun up?
I felt like I was shooting it because I was sweating, my hands were hot, I was getting hot, and I wasn't even doing nothing. I was just watching.
Alright, sit down. Just relax. Just right up the front leg, the way he stands. Just gonna right up the front leg, center of the body.
I'm scared.
I was sweating, my hands were hot, I was getting hot, and I wasn't even doing nothing. I was just watching.
I think I'm good.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah, go right up that front, the leg on our side, go straight up that leg, right in the center of his body.
Oh. I got nervous for you as if I was the one freaking shooting.
Oh my gosh.
He didn't even run, he just dropped.
You hammered him.
So nervous. He cried.
I heard you breathing.
You hear it?
She's like,
I was trying to calm myself.
look at his legs.
He's done. Oh man,
Every time shooting a deer is like the first time.
Watching her shoot it, I think right afterwards we like looked at each other and I was like, yeah, Henson's dead.
Good job.
He just dropped.
He literally just dropped.
That deer right there, for sure, is the biggest Florida deer that, any of the Brunson clan has ever killed, so.
My plan on this trip was to shoot a bigger Florida buck than my dad,
So you took the crown on that one for sure.
so it worked out pretty good.
I was super proud of Raven. She put a great shot on this buck, so there really wasn't much of a tracking job to do.
There's blood
And
on
he
him.
got blood coming out his nose.
No, I know. He's heavy. Look at how heavy.
I mean, it's a heck of a Florida deer. You see how his brows come forward? His beams roll forward. You see how he's carrying his mass all the way?
Yeah,
You see how heavy this is?
yeah.
And then, but then it stays
I
heavy.
like how it's brown.
Yeah, no, I like that color.
Me too.
Are you happy, Raven?
Yes.
So it's official. Raven's got the biggest Florida buck out of any of the Brunsons.
I got the picture of Raven's buck, and that is a huge Florida buck. I'm so proud of her.
We get Raven's buck loaded up and head back to camp for some dinner to celebrate.
What do you guys smoke? A deer?
Yeah, it's just an awesome Florida deer. He stays outside the back truck.
And of course, to show off Raven's buck.
Holy.
Ooh, yeah, he's a pretty buck.
So the next morning, it was time to shift gears and try to get Destiny on her first ever animal, a big old Florida hog.
Definitely the first hunt was waking up at 5:30 in the morning. Nobody informed me that we would ever be waking up that early. We were up before the sun was even up. I'm sure we were up before many animals were up.
That's the point.
Going out there this morning, there was a pretty big hog that I think we all wanted to get, but there were like 15 babies out there and we just could not get them away from this hog.
We had our eyes on one specific hog.
All right, so I think this is our guy right there. Yeah, it's like right when he's all alone. The little one's coming all rolled up. He's using the babies as a shield.
We just couldn't get a shot.
Not at all, not a clear shot at least. Seeing him leave was definitely heartbreaking because I was really set on getting that one.
Yeah, I didn't want you to try and take a fast shot, so.
Unfortunately, we just couldn't quite get that hog to give Destiny a good shot. So we head back to the lodge for lunch, load up on some grub, and now the plan is to go to a different blind. Coincidentally, this is the exact same blind that Raven shot her first pig ever out of like 10 years ago.
This is the same stand Raven shot her first pig out of like 10 years ago. It'd be pretty cool. You get your first pig out of the same stand Raven got her first pig out of 10 years ago. That'd be cool.
Whenever we first got out there, one had popped the corner. At first, the babies were following that one too. The babies were just on a roll today of protecting. What is it, the protection program?
Witness protection.
Yes, the witness protection program. Yes, it really was a neighborhood watch.
I think it's that guy. Yeah, right there. He's a pretty decent pig.
Well, it took us like 15 minutes to figure out that we wanted that one.
So, he's a pretty solid looking pig.
We definitely had it set on this one also that we were gonna kill it, we were gonna get it. And then we watched him and all the babies and all the other pigs run off. I was definitely like, dang, we might not actually leave here with a hog.
For more information,
I was definitely like, dang, we might not actually leave here with a hog. But then he made his appearance very clear whenever he ran back out to that corn. And whenever he came out, we all definitely looked at each other and we were like, we've got to get this guy now.
He comes back this way a little bit clear to run about. Remember, go right at the center leg to about the middle of the body and then just go up a little bit higher. And just squeeze her off. Right at the center of the leg and the center of the shoulder. There you go. That's him.
Finally, the hog we've been watching separates from the others, and I give Destiny the go-ahead to take the shot.
Tell me if you feel good. All right. Safety. Get ready to fire. You can rest your finger. Breathe. Just take a breath, relax. Go up the center of the leg. Sit up, just stand higher. And just squeeze easy when you're ready. Your first pig ever. Out of the same stand, Raven got her first pig 10 years ago. This deer's looking at me like he wants next.
After shooting the hog, it got very hot very quick.
Oh boy, it's hot now.
Yeah, that's adrenaline's going.
Whenever she shot her pig, she was like shaking. It was kind of funny. He didn't even run.
That's a perfect shot and you crushed him. Best of the West, baby. Little Eskimo action.
It was definitely a great experience. I love it.
We taught Destiny how to shoot like a sniper. Then we brought her out and she smoked the bacon.
From having never shot a gun before, to shooting 200-yard targets, and now harvesting her first animal ever, a big old Florida hog, I think it's safe to say Destiny might be hooked.
Pretty cool, huh?
Now to get up close so she could put her hands on her first pig.
We got out and he was a lot bigger than what we expected him to be.
And his teeth, you see them?
Mm-hmm. He had a full hair, like just long, thick hair.
Look at his teeth right there. You can see like, see like his jaw.
Feel how sharp it is, be easy, but feel that.
Oh, and his teeth were very large. Very large.
So these go right up against these, and they pop them and it sharpens them. When they're mad, you'll hear them in the bushes going. Isn't he cool? Isn't he cool? Mm-hmm. That's a nice pig. Man, that's a pretty pig.
He was aggressive with the other pigs.
That's an awesome first pig. Good job. Perfect. Good job, girls. Good girls trip. We smashed them.
It made my day to see that not only did Raven get her buck down, but Destiny was also able to harvest her first animal ever.
Taking the girls out on this trip was a blast. Putting a spin on the usual father-daughter trip by inviting Destiny along was great.
Looking back at it, it was definitely a great experience. I loved it. I'd definitely do it again. Hunting's a lot different than the movies. I've learned that. But yeah, the experience was definitely great, especially being with the people that I'm with.
Raven got to share some amazing moments with her best friend and her dad, and I got to be there for her biggest Florida buck ever.
This trip was definitely one of my favorites, definitely because I brought my best friend, so that's always nice. And I just really enjoy coming here. I've pretty much came here like my whole life.
As well as getting to teach Destiny the basics of hunting and watch her get her first pig, to see it all come together perfectly truly made it worth it.